to another episode of Simply Healed. We are in the start of the new year, and we've just had our holidays. So, Doc, you want to say hello to everybody?
Hello everybody, hello Shan. So I'm really glad to be here again. Happy New Year to you all. I hope you enjoyed your holidays. Okay?
And I think we've enjoyed our holidays too much. I'm sure some of us, our wives, are screaming at us because our blood cholesterol results is too high. All right, and Doc, I mean, and it's true, you know, Doc. Sometimes after taking like lechong kawali, all right, you can feel your arteries hardening, right? As you bite down to the crunchy pig skin, right? It's so delicious, but you can literally feel like your veins are about to pop. We can feel the cholesterol running through our veins at night, actually, after we go home.
Yeah.
So today's program is going to be our heart problems. I think we're going to make this straight and to the point. We want to go to the Q&A because I'm sure a lot of you will be asking, oh, what do you do to avoid an angioplasty? You just had your angiogram results. What are the options that you have apart from surgery? You are recovering from a stent or any heart procedures. What can you do to prevent yourself from getting another stent? And for all those out there who have stents, you know, it's very, very common that you will not stop at one stent. You have your second and your third and your fourth, right? So what can we do to avoid another surgery, another stent? And Doc Jansen will be sharing all that with us. So Doc, take it away. What's the problem with heart problems?
All right, so first, I think we need to discuss the risk factors for developing heart disease. And by heart disease, what we're talking about here are the cardiovascular diseases. Okay, so your coronary artery disease, your strokes, okay, if your blood vessel supplying your heart muscle or your brain gets blocked. Okay, so that is basically what we're talking about here because there are a lot of heart diseases, so we zero in on this. Okay, so the number one, there are a lot of risk factors for developing this disease, no? But the number one is the LDL cholesterol or your cholesterol levels. Okay, so if you have a high cholesterol level, then chances are you'll develop this. And if you are a male, if you're male, no, like us, then your chances of developing this doubles. Okay.
Oh, just doubles because we are male.
Yeah, just because we are male. But of course, we cannot really do anything about it. But yeah. Okay, so another one is if you have hypertension, if your blood pressure is already elevated, and if you have high cholesterol, then chances of getting coronary artery disease or blockages in your heart, very high. If you're smoking, okay? So those are just some of the risk factors. There are a lot more, like your elevated triglyceride level, if you have diabetes, okay? So we focus on cholesterol first, all right? Because that is the most important part. So it's one of the major risk factors. Now, how does cholesterol get deposited in your blood vessels in the first place? Okay? So how is cholesterol made? Okay, so cholesterol is made by your liver. So we make our own cholesterols.
Oh, you don't just eat the cholesterol.
Yeah, we don't just eat, we make our own because cholesterol is an essential, it's not really a nutrient, but it's an essential molecule that is very important in cellular function. So it's essential for life. Okay, so here's the thing. Since it's so good, why does it bring harm? The problem is the dietary cholesterol, okay? The cholesterol that comes in from the food that we eat, right? And how it's packaged. Now, where can we find cholesterol? Cholesterol can only be found in animal food products. Yeah.
So avocados, they are rich in fat, have no cholesterol.
No, it doesn't have any cholesterol, okay?
So eat all those oily, buttery feeling that you get from eating nuts. No cholesterol. No wonder I see nuts it says always on nut packages cholesterol free.
Yeah, it's cholesterol free because it doesn't exist there. I mean, yes, cholesterol exists in plant foods, but it has a fiber, so the cholesterol doesn't escape out. Okay. We're going too technical here.
Okay, let's go back onto something easy to understand.
Yeah, we go back to easy to understand. So what you need to understand only is that cholesterol can only be found in animal food products. Okay, so your red meat, your white meat,
even fish.
Okay, seafoods, all
shellfish,
seafoods,
prawns very bad, right? Definitely. Prawns very bad.
Your eggs, your innards. Okay, your liver, your
that's
intestine,
popular
your isaw,
dish in
okay,
Philippines.
your Betamax, okay.
Yeah, Betamax.
So those are the foods that has
High
cholesterol.
cholesterol.
Oh, even dairy. Okay, dairy
Even milk,
products.
ice
milk.
cream, right?
Yeah. Okay, so those are the food items that have cholesterol. If you eat so little fiber, so the cholesterol will be absorbed by your intestine. So where does it go? Okay, so once it's absorbed in your intestine, it goes to the liver.
Okay.
It's going to be processed there, and then your liver, since it makes its own cholesterol, actually the liver makes its own cholesterol to transport cholesterol.
It makes its own cholesterol to transport your
dietary cholesterol. Okay,
wow.
so how does it?
That's interesting.
Does it? Okay, you have your dietary cholesterol, just transport it to your liver.
Yes.
Now your liver has to do something about the cholesterol. So what does it do? It distributes it to the rest of the body. Okay,
so the whole body needs cholesterol.
Yeah, the whole body needs cholesterol, but of course your liver has to, deposit it somewhere else.
It's like the mail. There's the mail's what's that, post office, right?
Yeah,
They distribute the mail to the right place.
So the molecule that does this is your LDL cholesterol.
Oh, that's what we see on our medical records. The LDL.
Exactly.
We always say that that's a bad cholesterol.
Yeah, that's why it's coined as bad, is because it is the one that distributes cholesterol to the
Oh, it's the one that sends the cholesterol into your bloodstream and everywhere.
So that is the culprit.
Bad cholesterol.
That's why it, the cholesterol blocks in your arteries. It's because of that. Plus the inflammation. Okay, so you have your high cholesterol levels, you have your LDL, and then you have your inflammation. Once you oxidize LDL, that transforms to the plaque. Okay?
And that gets stuck on the side
Gets stuck on the sides of your blood vessels. Okay? Once that accumulates, you now have what we call atherosclerosis, or the medical term for blockage inside your blood vessel.
Which
Okay?
will lead to a stroke or an aneurysm.
That can lead to a stroke, and if it happens inside your brain. But if it happens in a blood vessel that supplies your heart muscle, then you have a heart attack.
Oh, wow.
And most of the time, it happens when you are not feeling anything.
Oh yeah, that's right. Heart attacks are always sudden. You think you're doing well.
Chest pain, suddenly you're conversing with somebody, talking with somebody, enjoying your drinks, right? Laughing, and then suddenly feel a very
sharp pain.
Chest heaviness. If you
Wow,
feel chest heaviness, then that's it. Okay? So that is how cholesterol kills you. Alright? So how do we decrease this? So number one, reduce your consumption of animal food products. Reduce your consumption of dietary cholesterol in the first place. Number two, increase your fiber inside your diet. Right?
No, Doc, I just want to say this. Our food combination is so bad. We eat like rice with meat.
Yeah.
So actually, not to justify or give a weight. So actually, if you eat meat with lots of vegetables, your body can better deal with the choice of eating meat.
Yes.
So if you eat meat with your legumes, you eat meat with what are some, like sweet potato?
Yeah, your sweet potato, your vegetables. Okay, so eat your meat with all of these vegetables, and only if you want to eat meat, eat them in a small amount only.
Wow.
Just enough so that you can get a taste of it.
Okay, now I'm going to speak on the side like that, also pretending that Doc Jansen can't hear us. All right. So for those of you who, like me, like your steak and everything, it really means that if we eat steak and green beans and string beans on the side and sweet potato and not mashed potatoes, we are helping ourselves. You are making a bad situation less bad, okay? Because Doc Jansen is still beside me, okay? So yeah, I think that's a very simple tip. I never realized, Doc, how important it is, dietary fiber. It can make a bad choice, a bad lifestyle choice. It's a delicious lifestyle choice, having steak, but it's a bad lifestyle choice.
Yeah.
But we make it worse because we combine it with mashed potatoes, we combine it with rice. So if we actually ate more green beans together with the meat, we make it less bad. But I know, you're gonna say it's still bad, all right? But dietary fiber, guys, that's the key thing today about if you can't change your lifestyle immediately, at least while you eat your meat, eat lots and lots of veggies. That will keep you buy you time to change into a more healthy lifestyle.
Now, buying time to change a healthy lifestyle. I know it's really very difficult to do. And we prescribe medications to lower cholesterol so that you can eat your dietary cholesterol. So does it make sense?
No, it doesn't make sense because sooner or later the tax collector is gonna come, right? And you're gonna still have that heart attack.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the thing. Yeah, it's very difficult to do. Easier said than done. So here's a solution so that you can transition easier.
Yes, we want to solve this heart problem.
Yeah, and if you really hate taking these medications, I know some of our viewers hate taking medications. So here's the solution. We have Simply Nature PPARs. Simply Nature PPARs can lower cholesterol down. How much do you need to take? You need to take 4 grams per day.
That's about 20 micro tablets.
Exactly.
So 10 micro tablets 2 times a day.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it work for your patients? You practice family medicine as well as lifestyle medicine.
Yep.
So most of your patients are metabolic patients.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So you see a lot of blood sugar, blood cholesterol patients. So how has this worked in real life for your patients?
Okay, the fastest one that I have seen is 1 month.
Wow.
1 month.
And when we're talking about 1 month and after that he's like healthy or normal.
Normal range. But the normal range is cholesterol level of 140.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is really low. So how I do it is this. If you have a really, really high cholesterol level, usually I combine it with statins plus PPARs. So within a month, we actually hit the target immediately.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. If we don't hit the target, at least it's within normal levels. That definitely you will be within normal levels. Okay.
Within 1 month. So all you out there who've been struggling with blood cholesterol for so long, and those of you who are worried for your husband or your wife that they may have a heart attack anytime now. 1 month. 1 month. That's all it takes. So I guess I just want to encourage you right now. Make a consult with Doc Jansen because he has seen so many metabolic patients and he is so experienced and so good at helping them solve this problem. If you've been seeing doctors for years, been trying to get this under control, today is good news, right? Dr. Jansen has lots of experience, very confident, natural combination with drugs so that you get the results. And then after that, they see their blood cholesterol stays normal.
That is where monitoring comes in. So to set your expectations, no? So initial month, the first month, I do it that way. Statins plus your Simply Nature PPARs. Okay?
And you become normal.
You become normal. Now, what I do is to reduce the dose of the statin.
Oh, so you actually go off drugs?
Yeah.
How long does it take to go off the statins?
Now, this one will depend entirely on you. Okay? So if you are very judicious in following,
or if you keep eating meat on the side,
so it will take a while. But if you follow protocol, you eat total vegetarian diet, you exercise, then the results will be more dramatic. So in 2 months, we can actually take off the medication already completely.
Wow.
But it would depend on one parameter, so your total cholesterol. So I want to see a total cholesterol level of below 150 before I take off the dose. Decrease the dose.
The patients that you have had so much success with, are all of them like recently diagnosed with blood cholesterol or they've been struggling with it for years?
It's a mixed one. So some patients recently been diagnosed high cholesterol level, incidental finding. They just so happened they were curious to see how they're doing. Then
did a blood test.
Behold, so high. Okay, so I have those patients, and I have other patients who have really big problems with this. Taking multiple drugs, multiple medications. Yeah. Okay.
And then they are off the medications now.
But we take it slowly,
step
by step. I don't completely take them off medications that fast initially. So I wean them off. Eventually, they off medication. Usually, if they're taking a lot of medications, the first medication that I am able to remove is the statins.
I mean, this is such good news. Many times, sometimes I guess viewers out there like yourselves, we are so excited to try something natural that we just dump our drugs and we get ourselves in trouble, right? So it's so wonderful what Dr. Jansen is doing with his patients, right? He's managing the patients together with their original drug protocols. So you get off these drug protocols safely and you solve the blood cholesterol issue totally.
And the symptoms of the patients associated with having a high cholesterol level, they immediately
disappear,
result.
like
They disappear.
performance,
performance, endurance,
everything, flag raising ceremony, vitality. Wow, so this is such good news. Doc, I want to share. This is my own friend, so it was very amazing to me. I just wanted to ask, like, your feedback. Is it actually possible? So yeah, I had a friend. He was rushed to the hospital. He had a 14 centimeter clot.
Wow.
It's like huge, right? It's like this long. I don't know, like it's
That's
huge. Very long. So he was on the verge of, the doctor was very worried that he would have many things possible, aneurysm, heart attack, and so on and so forth. So he actually took PPAR extract powder, and then I think just a few days, like 3-4 days, something really like 3-4 days, they did the test again. It shrank down to between 7 to 10 centimeters. So it shrank at least 4 centimeters.
It's a big difference.
It's a big difference. I mean, what's the mechanism? Is it something really possible? Because sometimes many years ago when I talked to cardiologists, they are so scared that, like, it's impossible that you can clear a blockage like that. They're so worried that you will cause an aneurysm or whatever.
Yeah.
But my friend actually, of course, his condition stabilized because of that. They were so worried he was going to die anytime. So in your experience, how did that happen?
Okay, we go back to how clots form, no? So clots form, number one, if you have a high cholesterol level. Number two, you have inflammation. So you need those two. Okay? So how does Simply Nature PPARs, or for that matter, a plant-based diet does it, no? Mind you, remember, Simply Nature PPARs is also a whole food. Alright? So number one, since you are eating a very high fiber diet and you are not adding in more dietary cholesterol inside your diet, no? So number one, you reduce the LDL cholesterol. And since you have a very high dietary fiber intake, you eliminate the cholesterol, the excess cholesterol also in your poop. Number three, remember, inflammation should be there. Since you are eating a plant-based diet,
your inflammation goes down.
And with Simply Nature PPARs, it's a superfood. It's really densely packed with
clinically proven, scientifically proven to modulate inflammation, so your inflammation comes under control.
So when these parameters go down, then your body would have its natural ability to remove that. It dissolves it basically. So it's not something that it tapers off the block. No,
it's like sand. It's more like sandpaper.
It's more like sandpaper, dissolving it slowly. So imagine ice
melting. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I think that's a more accurate term. It melts it. Yeah, your body has a special way in order to melt this.
Doc, you mentioned that LDL is called the bad cholesterol because it actually brings cholesterol from your liver to the rest of the body.
Yes.
In our clinical research and also in our trials, we found that when you take Simply Nature PPARs, be it the tablets or the extracts, your LDL go down and your HDL goes up. So HDL is the good cholesterol because it's the one that moves the cholesterol out of your body.
HDL is the good cholesterol because it pulls the excess cholesterol from the rest of your the other parts of the body to your liver. Okay, so that is the main function.
Oh, but now, after that it becomes bile as you...
Yeah, it becomes bile so that you eliminate it through your poop. The reason why you mentioned that, Simply Nature PPARs increases HDL. The main reason for that is the fatty acids, the omega-3 fatty acids.
Oh, wow. Okay, and now I'm beginning to put everything together. I realize that some of our clients see faster results about their cholesterol normalizing because they combine the PPAR tablets or extracts, whatever they are taking, together with Cleansing Plus.
Yeah.
Oh, because Doc explained to me earlier in our conversation in another video, right? You should check out the one about losing weight after holidays, okay? Doc explained that we actually remove cholesterol from our body through our poop.
Yeah.
And in order for that to happen, you need to have dietary fiber. So if you have very little fiber, the poop doesn't, your cholesterol doesn't come out with your poop that effectively.
Yeah.
So the cholesterol starts to recycle, and of course you put in new cholesterol, so it starts to build up. So the best combination, doc, then is to take PPAR tablets so that your LDL will go down, your HDL will go up, and to make sure you have dietary fiber in your diet, because the HDL will cause the cholesterol to go into your system. You need to pull it out.
Yes, correct.
And if you are a normal, like Filipino or meat eater like me, you have very little dietary fiber. So take the cleansing plus. Now I know why some patients do so well, because they combine the cleansing plus the fiber action with the HDL.
With the HDL. And of course, that is just one mechanism, a few mechanisms. Yeah, probably two mechanisms. There are other mechanisms on how PPARs actually does this. So another one is PPAR alpha. Okay, so PPAR alpha, actually, PPAR alpha is a type of PPAR receptor wherein it's more concentrated in the liver. So if you activate this, the effect is your triglycerides go down. Okay, so we have a specific drug for this. It's phenofibrates. Okay.
Oh yes.
It's phenofibrates. It activates PPAR alpha. So now, as you remember, Simply Nature PPAR, since it's a whole food, it actually activates all PPAR agonists. PPAR alpha, gamma and delta. Okay, so
and no side effects. It's not a drug. Won't stress your liver. Won't stress your kidney.
You just have a good poop, green poop.
Yeah. Wow. And you can tell your wife when you take your PPAR tablets, dear, I'm taking my vegetables.
Yeah. So that's just one mechanism.
Wow.
There are others.
Amazing.
Because dietary fiber also has some interactions with your gut bacteria, your gut microbiome, that produces this effect, LDL lowering effect.
Wow.
So
and also
really
your mental health.
Yeah, also your mental
serotonin
health.
levels are related to your gut,
Yeah.
so you'll be a happier person.
Really amazing. Even with mental health. For mental health, you need to eat at least 9 servings of different kinds of fruits and vegetables per day. To have a
Really?
significant
9 servings?
9 servings.
That's difficult.
But a serving is just a half cup.
Okay.
So if
Well,
you
but there's
are
still
well,
4.5 cups. That's quite a lot.
difficult if you are not a vegetarian, but if you are a vegetarian, it's easy. So at this amount of different plant foods, that is where you can find a significant effect on your mood. So you'll find that you are more happy, more positive. So it goes both ways. If you are someone who is optimistic, very positive, then your tendency is to select healthy foods. And if you are already selecting healthy foods, then your mood will be also better. So it works bi-directional. It works both ways.
Wow,
really amazing. Yeah.
Well, we started this topic on the heart problem, but I've learned so much, Doc. And very important one that I learned today is how to even better use the combinations. Very many times. But Doc, I wanted to ask one last question. Generally, is there any supplementation that helps you manage cholesterol?
None that I know of that works as well as Simply Nature PPARs. Simply Nature PPARs it's because it's a microalgae. It's a special type of microalgae. So microalgae is the only so far that I have seen that produces a very dramatic effect. There are others, of course, like your typical crushed malunggay, but it doesn't work as well as this. Yeah, because concentrations are really very. The difference between the concentrations are huge. So I would rather you eat this than just eat the malunggay with the tinola. But don't put chicken in the tinola, okay?
So Doc, this is all from experience with your patients.
Yeah.
And the last thing to add for those who are regular clients already and patients of Simply Nature and Doc Jansen, try combining your PPAR tablets with fiber. Take more vegetables. I just learned today, from this program, that will help your body remove the cholesterol that was initiated by taking the PPAR tablets. Now, if you really find it very difficult to take enough dietary fiber, then take Cleansing Plus, right? So, wow, you have your options there. Doc, this is wonderful. I think there are lots of questions coming in now.
Yeah.
But I really want to thank you for this very clear and really very interesting talk about the mechanism of how to pull cholesterol out of our body because so many of us have this problem. And Doc, I know in our previous program there was a quick test to know whether you are healthy or unhealthy. that is your waistline.
Waistline, yes.
And if I remember correctly, to all the guys out there, if your waistline is 90 centimeters or more, you should go for a checkup. And for ladies, it's 80 centimeters.
80 centimeters.
Doesn't matter your BMI, right? It's more important your waistline. So with that last tip, let's go to our Q&A.